to another NSHL live stream. I'm Dean P, and alongside me is Builder, and we're set to take you through the action here from PPG Paints Arena, where the Quebec City Bandits, the second seed of the PPG Paints Conference, are hosting the third seed of the PPG Paints Conference, the St. Louis Cyclones. Coming into tonight's game, the St. Louis Cyclones and the Quebec City Bandits have actually met once during the regular season, as all teams have. That matchup went 4-3 the Cyclones' way in overtime. And so we'll see if the Quebec City Bandits have a response. Looking at the recent schedule for the Quebec City Bandits, Quebec started off their season strong, and then they kind of cooled off a little bit as towards the end of interconference games and back into divisional matchups, and then they kind of got their feet back under them more recently with a win in Week 15 against the Amsterdam Red Bull, and then of course they lost to the Little Fencers in a very important matchup that decided the seeding, I do believe, of the Little Nice Fencers and the Quebec City Bandits, which is why the Bandits are second and playing the Cyclones. As, on the other hand, Bill, do you have anything to say about St. Louis?
Not a whole lot about St. Louis, except that they were incredibly consistent. At the start of this season, they were very inconsistent. They couldn't really string those wins together, and they just weren't able to really climb the standings. It wasn't until kind of midway through the season that they were really able to find their mark, and they were really able to start climbing those standings, notably passing the New Orleans Wildcats for third place in the division. At one point, it looked like they might even challenge Lil Nice for the division win, or conference win, but they weren't quite able to get that far. Throughout the course of the season, Quebec City, they were just the best team all year long. They looked like the sure President's Trophy winners, looked like they were first seed going into the playoffs the entire season until about the last 3 weeks or so, where I think they lost all three of their final games. So they ended up not winning the President's Trophy, then ended up not being the first seed. In fact, they were second seed. So this should be an interesting series as as these teams have seen each other once before.
It does seem to me, looking back at the schedule, the last time the Cyclones won was Week 14 against these Quebec City Bandits. But before that, as kind of around the same time that the Bandits were on their slide, the Cyclones were having a hot streak. So it'll be interesting to see how this series goes. But without any further ado, let's get this one underway. With opening ceremonies out of the way, we are ready to go for Game 1 of this PPG Paints Conference semifinal matchup. In between the planks for the St. Louis Cyclones, it's number 50, Jordan Bennington. Manning the crease for the Quebec City Bandits tonight is number 74, Jack Campbell. Tyler Bertuzzi and Chris Pronger will man the face-off dot as we get set to get this one underway. Puck drops, and already it's into the defensive end for the Cyclones, but they'll just let it run its course all the way back down to the Bandit zone, where Mort Seider picks it up, sends it down, sends it on net. Bennington makes a save. And now Pavel Bure to play it behind the net. Hannafin trying to direct it toward the line. Shot there, just wide! And now back around to get it is Jaden Schwartz, clearing it for St. Louis. Contested along the near side, or far side boards rather. Shot there was wide. Almost directed on net by a St. Louis defender before it's kicked back out and run along the boards. Chance here as the Bandits regroup. Noah Hannafin back defensively. He sends it back down the other way. Reminder that there's no icing in this league. As Kirill Kaprizov gets to the puck. Pressured by the St. Louis defense. Work to the line. Now it's out. Kaprizov pressured by Weber. Directed towards the net. Shot there wide and out of play. 15:34 to go. Game 1. Period 1. Again, off the draw, the Bandits get it into the zone, but they don't get it on net. But still, they start off with some offensive zone time, and it ends up out of play again. Back to center ice. Shot there by St. Louis off the draw, blocked quickly by the Bandits defense. They get it across the line. Chance here, just wide of the near side of the St. Louis goal. You know, the Cyclones working it around. Shea Weber trying to get to it. Pressured by Seider. Cleared out all the way down. They score! It's 1-0 St. Louis.
And what a shot. Like almost a 200-foot shot by St. Louis. I didn't get to really see who it was. We get a name on him. Who scored that, DNP? But what an absolute bullet from his own end. His teammate came over to congratulate him one last time. My goodness, full ice shot, pretty much from his just beyond his own blue line. Fired it all the way down, and it just beat Campbell in the Quebec net. 1-0 St. Louis, just like that.
Bandits get it into the zone. Chance there, just wide of the net. Or slipping through the slot, knowing there to put it home. To the corner here. Braden Shen. Lost it. It's cleared. This one goes all the way down. Just wide of the goal. Where it is picked up by Pierre McGuire. And popped out of play momentarily. 11:54 to go in the first.
The goal was
face off.
Given to Snoop Dogg, by the way. Snoop Dogg gets his first goal of the playoffs.
Cleared out all the way down. And there he is, picking up the puck, the goal scorer. Cleared out. And Trevor Zegras was almost first back, but he got caught up by the net. Still, the Bandits get it all the way back down. But St. Louis sends it right back to the stick of Nick Bonino. Behind the net, Zadina working against the St. Louis goal scorer. Cleared out. And Zadina now worked it around. That one ends up in the net. I think we're going to want to take a look at this.
You can review it,
because that
but I
was
think this
so
is a good
fast.
goal.
That was so fast I didn't even see it.
I'm reviewing it on the screen, or on the screen right now. Let's just see. That's an absolute howitzer all the way around. I think that's a good goal. Well, I'm gonna review it here on metal because it might get a little bit better of a clip here.
And Now, I do believe the rule is there has to be sufficient evidence that it did not go in order to overturn it.
That's a good goal. That's definitely a good goal. It bounces. The puck bounces just in the in between the hash marks, and then it looks just to go bar down because it's right in the middle of the net. The puck comes from just about the middle of the ice. I can send. Yeah, that's good. That's gonna count, DNP. Do you want me to send you the clip?
Yeah.
I will send you the clip. I don't really have a way to show it on stream, but I think this is gonna count. Here. Now, I can't, or admittedly, I can't see when the puck officially crosses the goal line.
Have you send it to me yet?
It is loading right now. Share.
Okay.
Link. Admittedly, I can't see it when the puck directly crosses the goal line. Sorry, folks, I should have been looking at that on race here. But I believe this one's going to count, folks. Because it bounces right in the slot. Like the last time that, like, you can see the puck right when it takes a hop in, like, right in the middle of the ice. And from right in the middle of the ice, like, it can't be illegal from there, right? Like, the puck is direct.
Yeah, the direction it's going is towards the net, and it's
right in the middle of the net when it ends up. That's going to be a good goal.
Yeah, and I can see it from my angle. I can see it hits the net.
Yeah.
And it was kind of bouncing, so I think that one counts.
That's going to be a good goal. That's a 2-0 St. Louis game.
We just wanted to check to make sure. So I do believe it is Nick Bonino who gets that one for St. Louis.
Oh, maybe celebrate with the boys. Snoop Dogg's trying to get the last end there.
Went the wrong way.
He did. He did.
And so we resume. And an early chance there for St. Louis. Bandits get it back into the offensive zone. Can't generate anything from that. And it ends up bouncing right back to the slot. They score again! This time it's Tyson Berry! And it's 3-0 Cyclones!
What do they say? Something about put it on net and good things will happen. Barry didn't even put it on the net. He put it into the corner. Puck took an unbelievable bounce right at the goalie, who was turned around. And while everyone's scrambling trying to get that puck out of the net for Quebec, they end up knocking it in their own net. And we're barely over the halfway mark in the first, and it's 3-0 St. Louis. Who would have thought?
And like I said, we've seen... It's not over yet. We have seen teams come back from down by 3. It's just not all that often. And now a chance. Quebec trying to get the puck going the other way. Chance there blocked, I believe, by Ryan Johansson. But it made it to the slot, not directed on net, and St. Louis clears. And they try to work it back the other way. And now, laying down Noah Hannafin almost put it right on the tape for St. Louis. If they had gotten a forward there in time. And that one's going to end up out of play for a whistle. 4:58 to go. Bertuzzi and Pronger once again in the draw. And it is Quebec getting it into the offensive zone. But it is cleared all the way back down. To get it is Pietrangelo, but he's checked off the puck. And now a chance. Quebec through the slot. It's Tyler Bertuzzi to it. He gave it away. And now Hannafin trying to hold the line. Bertuzzi opts to take it back. And opts to skid it back to his own zone. Probably regroup a little bit. And now, chance there! Oh, Svechnikov directed it just wide! From his from laying face down, by the way, I might add. And now it is cleared. And a chance here. Could this be 4-0? No, it's just wide. St. Louis didn't get there in time to put it home. Alexis Lafreniere can't get it out. Tyler Bertuzzi laying down to break up a centering feed as we finally get to the last minute of the first. Work through the slot, no one waiting. And now a chance for the Bandits. They rim it around. And it takes the St. Louis bounce. Here's Ryan Reeves, but he couldn't get to it in time as time expires. We go to the first, 3-0.
St. Louis had probably the best possible period you can have to start the playoffs. For one, you're on the road. The mindset when you're on the road, just win one. Split the series, or split the home games, split the road, just win one. Get one, take it back home. Well, not only are they trying to get one, they're aiming for Quebec's heart right now, and they're just pounding away. Their offensive pressure's unbelievable. The defensive pressure's unbelievable. St. Louis had just about the most perfect period you could have. The scoreboard shows it, the shots show it, everything shows it. For Quebec, that's an absolute nightmare.
Oh, it's there! Out! What a grade A scoring opportunity for the Cyclones, who just will not let up. And now it's bouncing back toward the crease again. However, the Bandits do get to it this time and clear it down the length of the ice. To get it is Zegras. But he can't hold the zone. Sider lost it. Now it's on the stick of Schwartz. Worked around to the stick of Hannafin. He clears it. Bounces to the slot. Zegras there. Zanina now to it. And is cleared out by St. Louis. This one directed just wide. Jared Spurgeon now to it. Clears it out. Takes a couple bounces. And back to the slot. Zegras didn't have the angle he wanted. Sent it back to the corner. Might not have expected the puck to get to him there. And now it's back in the Quebec zone. They play it to the boards. They've got to find something here to turn this around. Shot! Oh, just wide! And the rebound comes back to the slot, but not directed on goal. And now it's out of play. Goaltending change for St. Louis. They've put Villehuso in net. Shot there! Oh, just wide! Quebec trying now to get something going, but it doesn't work. Back the other way. Bounces just wide. Back to get it is Spurgeon, pressured by St. Louis. Cyclones lose the zone, and now a chance for the Bandits. Work to the side of the net. Fans thought it was closer than it might have been, and now it's back the other way. Picked up here by Kyle Poso, and he clears. Took a bounce off the side of the net. Held at the blue line. Cleared out now by St. Louis. Picked up by Brayden Schenn. A chance. Pierre Maguire there. Trying to make something happen defensively. Cleared. Not out. St. Louis directs one on net. Cleared all the way down. Back to get it was Vince Dunn, but he gets caught by the goal. And St. Louis clears. It'll be Vince Dunn now. Gives to Petrangelo. Alexis Lafreniere working it around, clearing it out now. Shot through the crease! Does not go! It made it behind the St. Louis goaltender, but did not have the angle to go in. And now they battle for it. It pops up and out of play. So we'll stop with 6:56 left. Olofsson and O'Reilly, and O'Reilly won it. In come the Cyclones, but they gave it back. Olofsson, who might have been the best player on the Quebec City Bandits, trying to get to it, but it ended up out of play for a whistle. Puck ends up in the corner. Both teams there pressuring. Chance here directed wide. Back to get it is Zegras. He'll clear it out and down. This takes a Quebec bounce, but just misses to the near side. Olofsson gave it to Spurgeon. Spurgeon reversing it. Moved to the slot. Olofsson was there, but he couldn't fire it. But it's held at the blue line. Now it is cleared out. Kirill Kaprizov gave to Noah Hannafin, and now St. Louis pressures. Ryan Reeves gave it back. And shot! Score! The Quebec City Bandits are on the board as Noah Hannafin finds the back of the net.
Quebec is finally able to answer. They finally solved the St. Louis goalie. They are on the board 3-1. The nightmare is now more of just a sour dream. A better period so far out of the Quebec City Bandits, but St. Louis still has plenty of time to try to answer back from that goal.
And that's how you turn it around. You get one late, but going towards a period break, we'll see if Quebec can carry that momentum into the third period, or maybe get another one. There's still time left. Ryan O'Reilly and Cal Clutterbuck to the center dot. Now, though it seemed they threw out Clutterbuck for Hannafin, or Olofsson rather. St. Louis has the zone, sent toward the slot, cleared out. This one slides all the way down. Bounces back toward the goal. No one there waiting. And now it's cleared all the way down, just wide. There to get it is Zegras, but it's worked almost towards the Quebec goal. But a defender got a stick on it, prevents a scoring chance, and now the Bandits clear. Bounce off the corner, through the slot, no one in wait. And worked around, picked up by Huberdeau, trying to clear it down. Olofsson lost it, and time expires. We go to the second intermission, with the same score we saw earlier tonight between the Motorheads and the Nationals, 3-1.
Well, like I said, this is less of a nightmare, more of like a sour dream right now for the Quebec City Bandits. Not out of reach is a comeback yet. Obviously, the shots are much better this period. I believe they were 12-1 after the first, so having it 6-2 is a little bit better for Quebec City. They got to get a quick one to start the second period to hopefully get back into this game for Quebec's sake. For St. Louis, you just got to keep doing what they've been doing. They had a good first couple periods. I wouldn't worry so much about the goal if you're St. Louis. Your game plan is clearly working. Don't stray away from it.
Early chance sent to the bench. Now works its way back toward the slot. Shot here. Shot! Score! It's 3-2! A comeback for the Bandits! Trying to steal this game!
Maybe St. Louis' game plan isn't working. Quebec City finally might have figured out what St. Louis is trying to do. That's 2 straight goals out of the Quebec City Bandits, and the number 1 team for much of this season is finally starting to flip. They're starting to fire it on now. St. Louis fans are probably starting to get a little nervous right about now. The lead is cut to just 1 with 19:28 to play.
The initial shot there went wide. It took a correct bounce, and they managed to pot the rebound. And now, can they get one more? Ryan O'Reilly to it. Worked around. Shot! Here! Just wide! Bounces back a St. Louis direction. And they direct it towards the net here, trying to bounce it back toward the slot. And St. Louis got control again. Couldn't get it across the line, and now it's out of play for a whistle. Clearing it all the way down. And now a chance here, ends up wide, bounces off the end boards, off the back of the net, and it is cleared. And now a chance here, shot, the rebound, oh, Johansson just wide! St. Louis not backing down. And now Todd Bertuzzi rather, chance here, shot, centering feed, no one there. Cleared out, and now a chance for St. Louis. Quebec turns it around. Worked back into the Quebec City zone. Ryan Johansson was racing for it, but got caught up in the net. But it's a moot point since his teammate Tarasenko got to it. But it's cleared out and down. Worked back in though. Tyson Berry to it. Worked it to the slot. And Quebec City got a stick on it, and now a breakaway. Shot! Oh, he missed the net! Turning at the last second! Cleared. Back down to it. It'll be Todd Bertuzzi. Trying to get it out for Quebec. Lafreniere sends it to the corner. Picked up here. Worked around. Cleared out in the zone by Bonino. Racing for it are Bonino and Lafreniere. And it looks like they both get to the puck at about the same time. And now work to the side. Chance through the slot. Trying to make it off the back of Campbell. And it's fired. They score! We are tied! They've come all the way back!
Is the worst lead in hockey. 1 goal, you gain a little bit of confidence. 2 goals, you get momentum. 3 goals, the game is tied. Quebec City with a long-range shot. Very much like what happened earlier in this game. A long-range howitzer that leads the goaltender. This baby's tied after we went 10 times to play.
And like I said, at the end of the second period, when Quebec got that first goal, that stopped the bleeding and completely turned the momentum the other way. But there's still over half the third to go. St. Louis gets it into the zone. And now, behind the net, or in the corner rather, they punt it out of play, and we get a whistle with 9:11 left. Zuccarello lost the draw toward the goal. Save! Rebound! Oh, shot it high! How does it stay out? What a chance for St. Louis! And it's out of play again. What a glorious chance! And now it's worked in. Quebec sending it wide. Almost cleared, held in by the Bandits. Work to the corner. Reeves sending it around. Bounces back toward the slot. Sider there. Didn't play it. Let it go, and it bounces back into the St. Louis zone. Johansson clearing it. Momentarily, though, it's back in now. And a chance here. Shot! Oh, off the post! Cleared all the way down. Bounce back toward the slot. Kaprizov to it. Gives to Pavel Bure. Bandits reverse it, clear it all the way down. Bounces off the side of the goal, and back to the stick of Hoffman. He directs it to the near side corner, and he'll pick it up himself. Gives to Bonino. Shot, cleared, back, and chance there. thrown out of play. 4:18 to go in regulation time. Sent in here, Vince Dunn worked it around. There to get to it is Jonathan Huberdeau. Henry Yoki-Harju to it. Clearing it down. 3 minutes now to go. Plenty of time left for a decider, but I think at this point it's next goal wins. Petrangelo. Zegras now with it. O'Reilly gives to his teammate Huberdeau, working it around behind. A chance here. Quebec sent it wide. Bounces back toward the slot. McGuire to it. Couldn't get it on net. Cleared out and down. Could this bounce toward the slot? No. It directs itself behind the net. And it is picked up by St. Louis's Tyson Berry, who's got, I believe, the second goal tonight. Cleared out. Down. Bounces to the slot. A chance. Ryan Reeves into his own goal. And the Quebec City Bandits have the lead.
Their first lead of the entire game comes with just 30 seconds to go in the third. What an unbelievable comeback. This one may not even take overtime unless St. Louis can get a quick one. Just like that, Quebec looks like they've stolen game number 1 away from the St. Louis Cyclones. My goodness, this is unbelievable.
They don't call them Bandits for nothing. If this score holds, this might be the steal of the season.
It looks like the St. Louis Cyclones owner seems like he wants to do somewhat of an interview post-game, if that's all right.
We'll have to see. And that'll do it. The Quebec City Bandits rob one on home ice. When they were down 3-0 after just, I believe, a little over half the first period, they come back in the second with a goal, and then they pile on 3 in the final stanza to take game 1.
And an unbelievable game where it looked like St. Louis had it won early. We shouldn't have counted out the Quebec City Bandits. This team has been known to come back. They never give up. This team has no quit in them. They have an incredible bond in this group of folks. And this game just goes to show it. What an unbelievable showing from the Quebec City Bandits. Maybe not the first half of the game, but definitely the latter half of the game. Unbelievable comeback. Didn't even need overtime. 4 goals in the final half of the game, and Quebec City steals game number 1. Do we get St. Louis Cyclones owner Cinder Block in here?
Why not?
Yeah. All right. Let's get him in here. Let's see if we can get him in here just for a quick post-game interview. Hello. Note, how are you feeling after this unbelievable second half of this game?
It's a little rough. You never really. It's just the playoffs, man. You can never really anticipate what's going to happen. I mean,
absolutely. Well, I need to know, how were you feeling the first couple periods of this game? Like, obviously, you guys were up 3-0. You were looking good. Looked like you had just what
it was
the best
fine.
The
team was clicking on all cylinders. I was pretty proud of the offensive production from our offense. It's just, it was some pretty good snipes from back ice. Pretty good production from what we got in our shots. I mean, I told the team before the game, I asked we should just shoot on net and see whatever happens, and got a couple breaks our way, got a couple breaks not our way, but the first couple minutes I would say would be perfectly fine. I thought it was fine at least.
You spoke to the team pre-game. What do you have to say to them, maybe pre-game for game number 2, or even post-game once everyone gets back to the locker room here?
Well, it's not going to be anything bad. It's only game 1. We have seen comebacks in game 1 all the time. Didn't really just didn't really start off on the right foot. I mean, just come back stronger. We can damage this team. It's just we are kind of stuck in our own. We're kind of stuck in our own cycle right now. We kind of need to get out of that. So, just let their foot off the gas a little. I'll be sure to indict down that part and see where we can go from there.
Perfect. Well, thanks very much for stopping by. We kind of sucks for you that the game ended the way it is, but it was an exciting game after all. You guys looked great for the first half of the game, and best of luck in game number 2.
Win some, you lose some,
Absolutely. Thanks very much, Note.
See you, Bill.
Amen.
Well, and just as a reminder, and I think Note kind of alluded to it a little bit there, this is only the first game of a 7-game series. Quebec has to win at least 3 more before they can move on. So at this stage of the game, I think it's a bit a matter of Quebec so far has won this first battle, but they may not end up winning the war. We'll just have to wait and see what happens down the line.
Absolutely.
Game 2 of this series will likely be on Tuesday, and I am extremely interested to see what happens then. And I hope you guys are too, but before we can get to game 2 of this series, there's 2 other games that have to happen between teams we haven't even talked about yet. Starting tomorrow, it's going to be the Tiburon Ilves facing off against the Boston Riptide in their game 1. And then it will be the New Orleans Wildcats taking on the first seed Lilney's Fencers. And we will see you guys then. We'll see you Tuesday for the next game of this series. But unless Bill's got anything left to add, we'll see you guys then.
I don't have anything left to add, so I think we're good to close this one up.
Take care, everybody.